your tenure as Speaker of the Lok Sabha, live proceedings of Lok Sabha came on to Lok Sabha TV. As a result of which, Mr. Chatterjee, we have seen an avatar of our MPs that is not really very nice. In fact, very often, very unpleasant. A lot of people will remember images of you actually scolding people, and you, in your book, you pulled out some of the things that you said to them. I'm quoting now, I can only say that more and more we are showing that we are not fit for democracy. People are looking at us, we are fighting for more money for ourselves. This you said in 2007. You said in 2008, I'm sorry I have to say that you're all working overtime to finish democracy in this country. It is a matter of great sorrow to me. In 2008, again, you said, I can only say that you're behaving in the most despicable manner. The whole country is ashamed of the parliamentarians. Mr. Chatterjee, do you think that MPs, parliamentarians, people in legislature, across assemblies and parliament, need to do a lot of introspection about the way they behave, because the simple conduct is, public conduct is lacking?
Yes, I very much agree with you, but my target is not so much individual MPs.
It's collective.
Yes, it is the political parties who decide to create trouble. They take it that today we shall not allow the House to function. And if I may say so without being misunderstood, media is helping in that, because media is only giving publicity to disturbances, but no good speeches are generally recorded. You don't find in the newspaper any good speech being really recorded, reported, which will encourage the members even to get ready to speak and speak. They know, I know a very senior member told me, why are you blaming us? If I create disturbance,
I get covered.
I will be on the first page, and that's I have mentioned also. See, this is also, I appeal, I was regularly meeting media people, either correspondents, parliament, even editors, even owners I have met. Every session I used to call them, please, you publish whatever wrong which is done, but whatever good has been done also, please give a publicity to that. And I'm very sorry to say that was not responded. How many important bills, the budget has been passed without discussion? Who is benefiting? Is the political party benefiting? Is the country benefiting? Lakhs and lakhs crores of rupees are being sanctioned by the Parliament of India, Lok Sabha, without any discussion. People do not know. And even except the budget is somewhat important, because the corporate world is interested more. What they are thinking, what they are saying are given publicity. But what the people say, I hardly find any publicity to that, common people.
What's your remedy for this, given your
remedy is introspection. There is no question of imposition of anything. See, people have been asking me because Lok Sabha TV is my creation, my dream. When I got an opportunity, I brought it. And I must thank many, even Prime Minister Priyaranjan Das Munshi and others. They were wonderful, they helped us with, although they had questions. Once even Prime Minister had asked me, is it not giving encouragement to some unruly people? Now let the people see that.
In your conversation with people outside of Parliament, with the Aam Janta, whether it's in your constituency or wherever you travel, do you think people have understood the kind of access that this opportunity to see parliamentarians
I'm very happy that you put this question. You see, I have never seen before in my long 39 years, before the Lok Sabha TV came, people taking interest so much in the parliamentary proceedings. Many people in villages also, they have spoken about parliamentary proceedings, because they want to know what is happening. That is the highest body of this country. People are sending their MPs for what reason? Just for the fun of it. They have expectations. We make lots of promises. We give all sorts of assurances. They hope that their issues will be raised in Parliament. Solutions will be obtained. Some relief will be given. Some progress will be made. And why do people come to the galleries every day? The galleries are full. At least 500 people every hour, seeing that if the House runs for 6 hours, then 3,000 people have seen it. But why not those outside? Therefore, I am firm believer these will also ultimately act as a pressure group on the MPs. Because once they find that it is not paying, once you please omit them from the headlines, you will see what will happen.
We are talking in a week when MPs are a little upset that the proposal to raise the salary of MPs has been deferred because the cabinet couldn't come to a consensus on that. You believe that there should be a separate mechanism and MPs should not decide themselves about their own salaries. If someone were to ask you, does an MP deserve to have a salary which, the latest proposals of the committee in Parliament says that a basic salary of about 80,000 rupees, 40,000 rupees per month as constituency allowance, 2,000 rupees, you know all the details.
In the papers also.
First question, yes or no? Do you think the MPs deserve a salary hike?
See, this is rather relative question. I tell you what my view is in this. I have always felt, even when the salary was regularly being enhanced, I say, please remove this system, change the system. You see, I think this is the only country in the world, democratic country in the world, where members decide what should be their salary. Because the government generally falls in the line. Law has to be changed just for the sake of it. Because the committee's report comes, generally government accepts it, probably to keep the MPs happy probably, or also to meet the requirements of the MPs. And then it goes through and where everybody supports, except on behalf of the Communist Party of India, Marxists, I opposed it, many communists did. But I also felt very embarrassed. I told my party also, we oppose it, but we take it. And therefore, people are not accepting our stand there and do not understand this.
So,
stand.
what is your recommendation? How does one
I
decide what an MP deserves to be paid?
See, that is leave it to some people, like pay commission. In no other country in the world the MPs have any say. It is somebody or authority or a commission which does it. Therefore, let them on objective basis fix the amount of pay or salary or allowances which the members should get. Because many of them are giving their whole time without any occupation. Therefore, they have to survive, they have to discharge their duties. I am not so much on the quantum, but let the process of fixation. And I must tell you, I am not divulging a secret. When I had written to the Honorable Speaker, I held a meeting of the parties. And generally there was a consensus that it should be left to some commission. I named it Salary Commission or some other commission. I suggested some names as the members of the commission. I said government can take its own decision about the personnel. I am not so much on the personnel. But when I wrote to the Prime Minister, this is the consensus, he was very kind. He wrote me back, yes, I agree with you. It should be institutionalized. And during the last 14 Lok Sabha, I came to know, I will fairly reliable source, that it came before the cabinet, and cabinet postponed it till the 15 Lok Sabha. Now it has again come, but I find in the papers there is some division in the, but there is no suggestion, they are not thinking of the basis of having an independent commission.
No, they are just talking about the new
Quantum.
revised pay scale.
I'm unhappy that that procedure is not being followed, not being accepted.
But if the common man were to ask you, you have read the revised pay scale that an MP wants or seeks according to a committee instituted by Parliament. As someone who's been an MP for 39 years and lived by some very stringent rules, do you think this is what an MP deserves?
I'll be misunderstood if I give my views on this.
Please, Mr. Chatterjee. No. I think it's important.
Therefore, as you know, these questions, what I am unhappy about, the people having these questions in their mind. Even knowledgeable people, even people who want to sustain our democratic structure, they are having these questions in their mind. Now, because the MPs have fixed their own amount. If it had been fixed on objective basis by an independent group of persons, these questions would not have come. Now pay commission gives it. You may say, does a bureaucrat need so much? Does a minister who has to serve the people need so much? Even you can say the highest authorities in our country, do they need so much? But that is because some other people are deciding. Here we are deciding. Somehow it leaves a very bad taste in my mouth, and I have been requesting government, not today, from years together,
That there
but
should
somehow
be a
it had,
separate mechanism.
because they also members also probably not felt it. But at that meeting which I had called of the leaders, there was a general consensus in favor of that.
Okay, I'm going to try once again. From 34 free air trips to 50 free air trips recommended, from 1.5 lakh free phone calls to 2 lakh phone calls recommended. Does an MP need these kind of facilities? Do you think it's fair?
You see,
If it is, Mr. Chatterjee, people will probably take your word for it more than a sitting MP's word for it.
Let us try to be fair. There are MPs and MPs.
So, out of 545, percentage-wise, how many MPs do you think really deserve the kind of pay scales that are being suggested?
No, I can't mention that. I have not made that study. And I'm too old and a horse for me to fall into a trap. But you say they leave it that way. I'm not mentioning, but the agony is for me as a citizen, believing now as a citizen, independence since committed to the principle of parliamentary democracy. My agony is that questions even are being raised by very well-meaning persons like you, that do they need this so much? Now, this question would not have come if it had not been fixed by the joint committee.